Hey guys, what's up? It's Wolfram Fallout Kid again, and today I'm doing another movie review, which is going to be the best classic movies of all time. This movie came out in what year this movie came out? It was from 1995 movie, which is The Indian in the Cupboard. The Indian in the Cupboard. Now let me just get the plot for this movie. Now the plot is about this boy named Omri. The day of his birthday, one of his brother got him his a cupboard, and so his friend Patrick got him a figurine with the Indian. So once he goes to sleep and after he wakes up in the morning, first he put the Indian in the cupboard and then he woke up. Excuse me. Then he woke up in the morning. He hears some strange noises in the cupboard, and then when he opens it, the Indian comes back to life, and so the Indian talks. Saying that he's Aircorn. I think that's how you pronounce that name. Air something. I don't know how you say it. Wolf Clan, something like that. And then he says his name is Little Bear. So Omri has that plastic teepee thing that for the Indians can sleep, and then he puts the teepee in the Indian. In the cupboard. And then the teepee went real. So once Omri puts all the action figures like Darth Vader, all these kind of action figures, and then after he put them in there, he realized they were real proof. Then they come back to life. Then he closed it back up, and then he went straight to bed, and now he already realized what happens. So once he woke up, after he puts like action figures in there, they're just little tiny people that they're actually real, and they're actual real people. I mean, it's kind of strange though, like you just can't tell what it is. So Omri took a Little Bear outside, and then he trying to find something to build him a house, and he got hurt. A Little Bear got hurt from that bird, and then Omri got one of his brother's figures in his mastermind glass. He puts a medic soldier in there, and then he heals Little Bear leg to make it look better, and then he puts a medic back in that cupboard, and yeah. So Omri let Little Bear build his own house, and then log house. Yeah, his log house, and then Little Bear went to school, and then he writes a letter about how his day went. Then he writes about Little Bear like an Indian, like he puts the Indian a plastic Indian in the cupboard and then went to life. And yeah, that's pretty much. But yeah, and then his friend Patrick knows about it because he's the one he gave Omri the plastic Indian. So and then when Omri got home, and then Little Bear finished building his log house. Well, first, right before he got out of school, but Omri got another plastic figurine of an Indian with a bow, and another Indian with a bow and arrow, and so he shows Little Bear the plastic Indian guy with a bow and arrow. Then he puts the Indian in there in the cupboard, and he took the bow and arrow right from that the other Indian. Then the Indian was old, and he's was scared, and then he just passed away. Then so he died. So Little Bear realized that. Well, he knows that now. He knows that Omri is a child, so he told him to take this Indian back. But so the Indian was dead. So when so his dad so his dad excuse me Omri's dad could find one of his tools or whatever. Well, one of his tools or whatever. He gave Omri the money for him to buy his dad's a new kind of thing, whatever he buys. Um, and then the bully just, well, after Omri buys something for his dad, the bully just took the rest of Omri's money, and then his friends show up, and his friend just showed Omri's another another figurine of a cowboy. Now, when they got home, his two brothers found his stuff, and he also found their own stuff, and then he thought that Omri built that house, but it wasn't. And then Omri kicks that hamster gerbil ball thing downstairs, and the brothers walk away from his room, and Omri found Little Bear under his nightstand, and I think it was his nightstand or whatever. But anyway, um, so when Omri goes downstairs, and then his friend Patrick put the cowboy in that cupboard, and then after he puts it in there, he up here open it. After he opens it, and the cowboy just and his horse just jump out of the cupboard. And then the cowboy was named his name's Boone the cowboy. So he locks Boone inside of that drawer because he was trying to kill Little Bear. Um, the next morning, Little Bear and Boone is still well. Excuse me. Right before that, Omri buries that dead Indian how he had for the bow and arrow. So like I said, the next morning, the next morning, Little Bear and Boone both shooting. So, and then Omri told him to stop, and then Boone just blames on Little Bear because he thinks he stole his horse, because I think the horse might have went to Little Bear. I mean, with Little Bear, and then well, his friend's the one who told Omri to bring them to school. But and then they went then they took him to school anyway. Then they put him in that little yellow pouch thing. I don't know what you call it. So he switched pouch into his with his friend, and then Little Bear and Boone started to get along each other to have friends and stuff. But yeah, but then but yeah, and then well and then Omri saw his friend trying to show the other kids about the little people, but they didn't. Luckily, then the teacher saw them, and then so the teacher forced Patrick to show him what's in his pouch. Then the two people, they're just freeze, like they pretend not to move so that nobody won't know that they're alive. So good news they froze it up, and good news they didn't move, so they just freeze. And yeah, but yeah. So then Omri made another just write something about that worrying that he was about whatever he finds and stuff. But yep. So excuse me, Omri just got another plastic figurine of an Indian woman. An Indian woman, yep. So he got another a figurine of an Indian woman, and since Omri and Patrick, well, he got an Indian woman for Little Bear to have a wife, and then Omri and Patrick was about to put him in there, but then his brothers just took cupboard, and then he got the rat ball for his brother. Then he found the cupboard, and the key was missing. So now they're gonna be stuck. Now they stuck forever, and now they think they're gonna be stuck forever. So once they watching TV, and then once they watch that scene about the cowboy shooting the Indians, and then Little Bear think it was real, and then Boone just held his gun up into the air, and he shoots up in the air, and then the Little Bear just turns around and it shoots Boone in the chest, but luckily he didn't die, but he's probably still breathing right after Little Bear just took the arrow out. And then since the mom just tucked them in, and then the mother told Omri that his brother's rat have escaped under the floorboards. But then Omri knows that giant rats can eat of the man. So Omri woke up, and he heard that rat, and he also found the key for the cupboard. But then Little Bear got the key out of the loose floorboard, and then the rat got out of there, and then Patrick caught it, and he put it back in his brother's room. So he puts the key, and then he breaks back the medic back to life, and he decided to fix and heals Boone, where Little Bear shoots Boone in the chest with an arrow. But luckily it wasn't a bullet, so that way you won't have to use something to grab the bullet out of the people's flesh out, which was kind of painful. And then while they're sleeping, Omri was about to put this Indian woman in that cupboard, but Little Bear stops him, and he says no, like just in case if she already have kids or whatever, or a husband. And then next morning, Little Bear tells Omri about his story or whatever, and then Omri closes his eyes, and he saw Little Bear with his normal size, and then they took it back, and then they put Boone and Little Bear took it back in time, whatever they belonged to, and now they went back in their action their figurines, and now they went back to their years, their own lives. But now, and then at the end, Omri writes about his own story about Little Bear so he won't have to worry about Little Bear anymore after he puts him back in that cupboard and bring him back home, and Boone also. And yeah, that's all about to say about the plot for this movie. And what do I think of it? Man, I will say this movie was amazing in my opinion. Honestly, my mom told me that one of my older brothers, he grew up watching this movie, which is Indian in the Cupboard. I will say this movie is fantastic in my opinion. But let me look at the cast right quick. So Omri, played by Hal Scardio, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Patrick, played by Richie Batt, and Little Bear, played by Lightfoot, and Boone, played by David Keith. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the cast of this movie. I'm not gonna tell you much about it. So, and like I said, I think this movie was amazing. Though I think it's a well done live action movie. I'm so glad they're not gonna make a sequel out of it, because I'm really scared they're gonna ruin the whole movie. And honestly, my mom actually loved this movie, and I actually loved it too, which I think it's enjoyable to watch. And honestly, I recommend you should go check out The Indian Cupboard, though. It's a really good movie, really awesome. It's also on Netflix, which I recommend you should go watch it on Netflix. Well, I just got this movie anyway, so there's no need for me to watch it for Netflix. So, yeah. So I recommend you go check this movie out. So I think I'll give this movie a 10 out of 10. So, yep. So really well done movie, really enjoyable. Recommend you go check it out. So this is Warframe Fallout Kid signing out.